You're listening to The Swing, the champion podcast of the year. 2 guys, 28 clubs, 0 putts given, with your hosts, Ben Ridner and Gunnar Kane.
I just pointed at myself.
What if we had a rock and roll intro? Spice it up a little bit.
I mean, we can talk to Dan about it. Dan's just so busy.
I know. I've seen Dan.
Dan's so busy right now.
Dan doesn't even play rock and roll.
He's in an 80s cover band.
Oh my God. What does Dan play?
Bass.
Yes.
Yeah,
the most 80s of all instruments.
Yes. I wanted to play the guitar.
The guitar.
Yeah.
The keyboard and the bass.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right, welcome to the Swingdom, Ben. You usually do the intro, so I don't even know what we say in the beginning.
So then you do it. You do it this time.
Hello. And that's it. We're done.
Well, that's usually what you say, but what do I normally say?
Oh, yeah. You're right. And welcome to the Swingdom. I'm your host, Gunnar Kane. This is my best golfing buddy, Ben Ridner. I'm a 4 handicap. I play Cobra clubs. Psych. I play Cobra driver. I play Titleist clubs. And yeah, how are you doing, Ben?
I'm doing great. My video's officially crapped out.
That was so clunky.
So I've got no. That sounds exactly how it sounds when I do it. I've got no video today, so Gunner's taking a bit of the lead. We're going to be doing news. I don't really have any news.
Oh no.
I mean, and then we're going to go into the Memorial, which I know I'm going to rage on a bit.
Yes.
We're going to do the Congaree because it's going to be the cut at the Congaree soon. Well, I guess soon is going to be tomorrow morning, where it's going to be the cut at the Congaree. Yep. And then we've got the USGA Championship.
For the ladies.
For the ladies. So stick around.
which in honor of the U.S. Women's Open, I'm wearing the Hoodies for Golf hoodie designed by Michelle Wee West.
Yeah.
Shout out because it's very comfortable. So if
it better be, it's like $75.
If you can get your hands on it, to be honest with you,
is that a fake one off of eBay? Did you get that? No. Is that off of Wish?
No. This is the real deal. I've waited. What they opened pre-orders 2 months ago.
Yeah,
I've waited that long for it. Yeah, when it was accidentally debuted by Damian Lee of the Warriors walking off a plane. I'm very excited. It actually showed up yesterday.
Yeah,
the 10th. So it's very comfortable. It's very nice. I encourage everybody to go to LPGA shop and get yourself one because all the money goes to charity, helping the young ladies get into golf. It's very cool. So yeah, we're going to talk about the U.S. Women's Open. We're going to talk about the Memorial Tournament, where I think 90% of our news comes from. And then we're going to talk about the Palmetto Championship at Congaree, which I don't really know what Palmetto is. I know what what's the sandwich you eat at the Masters? What is that?
Pimento.
Yeah. I swear to you, it's called Palmetto, the stuff that you get that's a little bit sweeter, but it's pimento cheese. It's very delicious. Palmetto, I just don't even know what the company, maybe is it Hotels? Is it Hotels?
I don't know. South Carolina is called the Palmetto State. It's a fan palm. I don't know if I'm trying to figure out. Oh, okay.
Cabbage
Home
palm.
Solar Energy Solutions. They're in that new energy.
New energy.
Yeah.
Clean, green, mean energy. I love it. Save the planet. Yes. So I did want to point out something that I've read today from Golf Digest. And you and I talked about this a little bit because there is this raging on continuation of the Brooks and Bryson, which I can't get enough of. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you're done with it, but I want it to get so far out of hand.
I need them to get paired.
I need it. Well, so Bryson DeChambeau came out and said, with the whole Brooksy thing at the Memorial, which is fantastic. So let me lay the groundwork for you.
Yeah.
Bryson DeChambeau is playing at the Memorial Tournament, which we'll get into. And people are start yelling Brooksy at him. Okay. Well, he's having him thrown out. He's having him thrown out of this tournament for yelling Brooksy. Brooks Koepka's not even playing.
No.
Absolutely.
Brooks Koepka is at home drinking some Michelob Ultras.
Which he puts out and says, hey, I appreciate all the support, even though I'm not there. If you message this email, the first 50 people get a free case of Michelob Ultra or something, right?
Yeah.
Absolute legendary move.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. And then Bryson DeChambeau comes out and says, this is getting out of hand. I've tried to be the bigger person. This is something that the PGA Tour should get involved with. If you want the PGA Tour to get fans to stop yelling Brooks Koepka's name, he is living rent-free in your head. And not one time have I ever seen Bryson DeChambeau try and be the bigger person.
Well, remember that one time?
That one time he tried to be the bigger person?
No, me neither.
No, I don't. I don't remember that one time. It's wild to me.
Yeah.
It's absolutely wild to me. So I'm so on board with it. The problem is you get your Ryder Cup captain, Steve Stricker, coming out and saying, well, I really hope they could be big boys because we've got a job to do, which says they're for sure on the team. And we don't need this kind of drama going into the Ryder Cup. I mean, you might enjoy this kind of drama, but I don't. I root for that side of the event. So
wait, you're saying you don't want this drama, or you're saying you do?
I don't want the drama. I'm with Steve Stricker. Like, be big boys about it.
Boo.
Right, but I'm tangled up here, right? I root for the U.S. side, but boy, I really wanted to get out of hand.
I root for the U.S. side, and I root for the U.S. side, number one, because the European side is boring.
Let's take a guess at the Ryder Cup right now.
No, I mean
Tommy Fleetwood, Ian Poulter,
Rory
McIlroy, Mark Leishman, maybe.
Shane Lowry,
I'm telling
Carol
you.
Hatton, Matthew Fitzpatrick,
Sam. Is it Sam Smith? What's
Burns?
Sam Burns? No, not Sam Burns.
Cameron Champ is he is not European. He'd be on the President's Cup team.
John Rahm,
yeah.
Robert McIntyre, Victor Perez. Come on, we already know it's all boring.
That's what I mean. Like, there's just not a whole lot of like massive names. There are massive names.
It's not even that. You see these guys every year. Come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really do want to get. I wanted to get so far out of hand that the PGA Tour actually has to step in and be like, guys, stop.
Why?
Well, I'm not saying I wanted to stop, but I'm saying I wanted to get so bad that they have to stop.
This is what I don't understand, right? This is what I don't understand. This is what drives me the most nuts about all of it. The PGA Tour is like, you guys are independent contractors. You can do what you want. Unless we don't like it, then we're going to stop you and kick you out.
Right.
PGL. So you know what? Like, I think the thing is like, Phil Mickelson wins the PGA championship. And like, that's like the last rivalry we've actually seen is Tiger versus Phil.
Right.
Maybe Patrick Reed versus the game of golf.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Patrick Reed versus the rule book.
Yeah. I can't remember rivalries. I really can't. I mean, I mean, you talk about Arnie and Jack, but that wasn't even like, even Phil and Tiger wasn't an actual like.
No, we thought there was going to be a bunch. Like we thought it was going to be like Spieth versus Jason Day. Like they were going to have a rivalry.
Yeah.
Like Spieth versus Dustin Johnson versus Brooks Koepka.
Dustin Johnson doesn't even care.
No, I like
He
sandwiches.
doesn't care. Brooks Koepka.
I'm going to win and I'm going to eat some sandwiches.
Brooks Koepka's found himself with a pure rival. So I had to set the stage for this because this was an interesting little thing that I read from Golf Digest. It just speculated. It was just one question. I didn't even read the whole thing because I don't care what it says. But it was, are Bryson DeChambeau's fans supporters or are they here for the chaos? And I realized I'm here for the chaos. Now, I'm not a fan of Bryson DeChambeau, but I can't stop watching him. And I want to watch him, and it's totally for the chaos. So I wanted to ask you, are you a fan? And if you are you here for the chaos, or do you like how he plays golf?
What?
Yeah. Are you just here for the...
I'm only here for the chaos.
I absolutely love it.
I could be wrong. I'm going to have to go back and listen to some old episodes.
I don't remember a word I say. So
yeah,
I may flip-flop.
I think there was a point in time when I was like, I felt bad because it seemed like the PGA was coming out and like directing rules directly at Bryson. And I was like, oh, like give him a break, like cut him some slack. That's a little bit different.
That's different. We're talking personality wise. Like, are you here for Bryson DeChambeau or are you here for the complete meltdowns that happen around him because he is who he is?
Let me put it this way. If you were like, hey, Ben, it's Tuesday. And I'm like, yeah, like it's Tuesday. Tuesday's good. It's Pro-Am day on the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
And you could go out with anybody. You're obviously not an important person, so you're going to have to put down like a list of like the people you'd want to play with and the people you don't want to play with.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying Bryson would be 3/4 of the way down that list, if not dead last.
I'll tell you who would be dead last and second to dead last, but I think you can already tell me who that is.
Patrick Reed and Ian Poulter?
Yeah.
So no, like, and that's what I mean. Like, I would much rather play with Ian Poulter than Bryson. Yeah. And for me, it's like, so I'm watching these things now. I'm like starting to watch a lot more of like the on course, like single grouping stuff where you get a lot more of the talking.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, Bryson is obviously like on social media, like he's trying really, really hard to build this brand and it's working. But I think at the same time, like he's so worried about sort of making a misstep like in this brand that he comes off as really robotic.
I don't even understand the brands. I don't understand the brand at this point. I mean, heck, Bill Nye, the science guy, knows how to have a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
Come on. I don't get if you're trying to, like, basically what he's doing is he's just affirming the cliche of people who like math and science.
It's not even like he's going beyond the cliche and he's like redefining the caricature.
The caricature sucks. Like, look, you and I talk.
So he hits like that
every day.
At Memorial, he hits like a
nerd.
Yeah. Yes, you are.
And you can't tell.
No.
It's okay to like math and science. It's okay.
Yes. So he's if you watch The Good, the Bad, and the Unusual on the PGA Tour's YouTube page, it's Jordan Spieth is like he ends up playing with Bryson on, I think it's like Thursday, Friday or something, isn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
And Bryson like cuts a dog leg right. And nearly puts it on there. And it's an amazing shot. And Jordan was just like, I really wanted you to hit that shot. That shot looked like I was stood there on the green and I didn't want to say to you like, hey, can you hit this shot? But I really, really wanted you to hit it.
Right.
And Bryce is just like, correct. And you're just like, You're like, why is there no personality? Why is there this like, it's this very, very determined, factual talking down to the general public and other golfers.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to be in a conversation with him because I would do one of two things. Number one, I would relentlessly make fun of him and I would gaslight him to the point of him not even realizing that he's being gaslit and made fun of. Because he would just be like, oh, yeah. So like the trajectory, and I'd be like, can you explain that mathematically? And he would like go into it, and I'd be like, here's a whiteboard. Can you please? I'm like, here's a pair of glasses and a lab coat. And he would just like think it was fun. And I would just be gaslighting him the whole time. And I'd be like, so at the end of the day, you're hitting like a 5-yard draw, 165 yards. Like, why do you need all those numbers?
Yeah. It's wild to me that Bryson DeChambeau thinks like he's the next coming of
no, like when you watch Phil, because Phil and his brother were talking loads, and you got to see it on that final round of the PGA.
Oh, I know.
And they're just like, okay, so there's 5 miles an hour, like there's 5 yards of winds. This way, like you want to keep it a bit low, like this is your trajectory, like we're going to hit a Dave Pelz draw, which I think they just did because they wanted to give Dave Pelz a bunch of publicity, but every shot was like a Pelz draw.
I bet you Dave Pelz just ate the cost on some new property that Phil Mickelson owns in Big Sky, Montana.
Yeah.
And fronted the cost of like a massive putting facility.
You know what I mean? It's like they talk about the shape of the shot.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and then his brother's like, hit it confidently, hit it with conviction, I think is what he says.
Yeah.
He says, hit it with conviction. And like, to me, that's just like, that's amazing. Bryson is sitting there going like, oh, like he's not using words that nobody understands. He's talking about trajectory, apex, like friction, wind, like atmospheric pressure. Like it's, and he's like, he takes it to this whole other level. And it's just like, if Phil Mickelson and Tiger Woods are like talking about shot shape and outside like areas that are going to cause them problem, like their lie, the conditions of the wind and everything, and what type of shot they want to hit into, like, see the shot. It does drive me a bit nuts that he's like, so like the way he talks about it is so mechanical.
Well, it's almost like that time he was spraying his golf ball with the water bottle, right?
Yeah, because of the morning dew.
Yeah. So we all get it. We know what he was doing. He was spraying his golf ball to make it wet. We know what it does.
Yeah.
And they were like, Bryson, we saw you spraying your golf ball with a water bottle. And instead of being like, yeah, I just wanted to see what it looked like when it was wet, what the difference it would make. He was like, oh, well, yes, the morning dew caused this, and this. And when water molecules get inside the groove of a golf club, it reduces by this much RPMs, and it causes this much of a trajectory change. And we all know that it does that. It's like,
especially since we all like TrackMan and like GC Quad, which if you want to sponsor the show, we're happy to let you do that.
It's okay. It's okay with us.
Yeah. Like they give you those numbers now, like instantaneously. You don't need, like, the only reason you would do that back in the day is for feel.
Well, the wild thing is we're amateur golfers. We play as early as possible when there's dew on the ground.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah.
Bryson DeChambeau is always out to be the smartest person.
That's really annoying.
Room. It's really annoying, and that's why I absolutely love Brooks Koepka, who we've all called like the
meathead.
He's just the meathead of golf, and I love this jocks versus nerds thing that's going on.
But now it's like, correct? The nerds can be buff too. We can almost lift 100-pound weights.
It just, you're trying to be the bigger person. Get out of my face, Brooks.
Yeah, Koepka, especially like.
Cuts a $0 check for rent inside Brooks Koepka's head. I think that was so apt of you to do.
Oh, the meme. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
just
it
fun.
was-
That was just fun to do. Yeah, it's Bryson holding a check from Brooks Koepka. And it says rent on it, and the date is every day.
$0 every day. $0.
But no, for me, like the other side of that is like, I think Bryson is going out there and he's like devising these plans because he's like, I think it's the perfect rivalry because Bryson is going out there and he's going, I'm going to beat the golf course. I'm going to beat the golf architect. I'm going to beat, and that's how I'm going to win. And Brooks gets up there and says, look, like if everybody else shoots like 8 under, I only have to shoot 9 under.
Right.
I don't have to shoot 15 under.
I don't have to play out of my shoes.
Yeah. He's like,
out of my comfort zone.
if it's a hard year at Augusta, I need to go 2 or 3 under.
Right.
But I need to beat these 20 guys who are going to go out there and play that well. Whereas
we
Bryson
gave him
is
hell
going
for that. We
Bryson-
did.
yeah,
we gave him hell for saying there's only 20 guys I got to beat. Well,
I loved it.
It wasn't right for him to say. It was, it was discrediting how hard golf is. But he wasn't wrong.
Yeah,
And
but
I'm
then
not saying Bryson's wrong.
But then Bryson comes out and says they should really make Augusta National a par 67.
Oh, that was dumb.
Come on.
You cannot say something
You
like
can't
that.
say something that dumb.
Especially because you barely made the cut.
Yeah. All right, let's get on to we've got the feud going. I
Listen.
want to see them paired together at the USGA. I want to see all the trash talking that there could possibly be. I'm very excited for this.
Yes.
Oh,
I wanted to say one more thing.
That's
This
fine.
Is almost reminiscent of the Phil Tiger feud, because you had feel versus power. That's what you had. You have
yeah.
bang it down the course with Tiger, and you had feel your way around the golf course with Phil Mickelson. Those roles have kind of changed a little bit.
Yeah.
And I only bring that up to tie in that San Diego had an earthquake, and it was on the news. It said tremors detected in San Diego, and Phil Mickelson retweeted it and said, "Sorry, I was on the driving range hitting bombs." And it was a gorgeous thing. And
That's hilarious.
now we can get out of this, but
Yeah.
Phil Mickelson, nothing's ever going to touch the Phil Tiger feud
Yeah.
ever.
So the other thing I just want to touch on is LPGA USGA Women's Championship was last week.
Yes, it was.
Lexi Thompson was in the driver's seat.
Gives away 4 strokes, 5
Yeah.
actually, but up by 4, gives away 5. Oh my goodness.
Par 71, she shoots a 75, 74.
She's not a good putter, but I can't remember who was it. Was it Damon? It was.
She's from the DMV area.
Yes, somebody was blowing her up on her putting, and it was like, come on, like Lexi Thompson is something crazy.
Yeah.
USO, the LPGA, we say it all the time. LPGA is the best golf tour.
Yeah. I was watching it this morning.
Lexi Thompson is stupid good, and you can't. It's okay. She gave away 5 strokes, and we're still happy for her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She's like top 5, like 2 majors in the last 3 years. Like I'm okay with that.
She's so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you want to go through our picks? Because we made the picks.
Well, do you want to, we've got to go, will you want to go through the Memorial first?
Yeah, let's go through the Memorial first. Oh, yeah. So I know you want to rage on a bit.
Yeah.
And I have a question that relates to your rage. So do you want me to?
Let's go through the scores first so I can concentrate on not raging so hard.
Okay. Pulling them up.
Yay.
So here's my question, because it absolutely has everything to do with what you're going to be upset about.
John Rahm gets you 0 points this week.
Really?
Yeah. He had to withdraw.
Yeah, but he made it to the 3rd round. He made the cut. And this is my question, because if you make the cut, you get all the points.
I'm going to the PGA website.
He withdraws in the 4th round.
No, he withdraws after the third round.
After the 3rd round. But he's forced to withdraw. and I know this is part of your issue here. Okay.
And was he forced to withdraw?
Yes. He didn't choose to withdraw. He
We
was
sure
told
about
he-
this?
Yes, he was told he had to based on their policies.
What are their policies?
That's kind of unclear at the moment. It's kind of unclear because there's a lot of he had a was it 6-stroke lead? So this is my question. Do I keep rounds 1 through 3 as points and get a 0 for 4?
No, he's listed DFL withdrawal with JB Holmes, Bubba Watson, Cameron Champ, and Matt Kuchar.
So that's a total 0.
Yeah.
You're making me upset.
Whoa. Did Matt Kuchar, Bubba Holmes, JB Holmes, and Cameron Champ all get coronavirus as well?
No. They chose to withdraw on their own accord.
No, but why did he withdraw?
Who? John Rahm?
No, why did Bubba Watson withdraw?
They're not saying. So that'll put a damper on my John Rahm, Patrick Cantlay, and Bryson DeChambeau all in T30.
Yeah.
Screw you, dude.
Sorry, mate. What does he finish with?
Well, you know what's funny is John Rahm, even after only 3 days, still finishes inside the top 20.
Was he a minus 12?
11.
He was
Yeah.
a minus 11.
Yeah.
So yeah, he'd finish tied third.
That's
But
what
he
I'm saying.
didn't finish the last 18 holes.
But that's my question because we only we've never had one of our players make it through 3 rounds and then withdraw. They've always made the cut. That was my question.
Yeah, that's a big old W. I mean, does he get any FedEx Cup points?
I don't think so.
Does he get paid?
Yes. He does get paid.
What does he get paid?
Because you only get paid if you make the cut.
Yeah.
So he does make the cut. If he gets paid, I want the points.
You're not getting all the points. I'll give you he made the cut points.
No, I want the bonus points too, because he would finish T3.
Da, 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 da.
And Cantlay won it.
Hold on. Saturday, after shooting an 8 under 64 and building a 6-shot lead during the third round at Murfield Village Golf Club, Rahm was forced to withdraw due to the positive test per PGA Tour protocols. He would have been in line for over 1.6 million winners payday and at least the nearly 20,000, the amount given to the player who finishes last among those who make the cut. No, he's not making that 20,000.
Okay. Well, then I'll take zeros. That's fine.
Sorry, man. If I was in
okay.
that position, I would give myself the same.
I was just curious. All right.
Okay.
So we have John Rahm, who has to withdraw.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I was so loud wrong that Patrick Cantlay was going to miss the cut.
Yeah, you were. John Rahm withdraws for COVID reasons. Colin Morikawa finishes solo second, and Victor Hovland T47. I had Doc Redman finishing T10. Who was tied for the lead yesterday at the Palmetto Championship?
Certain doctor was in the house of the Palmetto, apparently.
The doctor was in the house. He finishes T42, so no points. I had Ricky beating Roy McIlroy. That certainly happens. And my bonus bet, which I'm still a little upset about because it's WD, was John Rahm, Patrick Cantlay, your winner, and Bryson DeChambeau, all T30. And you're telling me that doesn't fly. So I finished with 1,047 points. You have Bryson DeChambeau finishing T18. So does Jordan Spieth, your next pick. Both netting you 250 bonus points and another 250 for Xander Schauffele finishing T11, who I was loud wrong. I thought he would fail too. You had Ricky Fowler as T10, 1 stroke.
I know.
That's happened to you a little.
Yeah, I need to be a bit more generous and go with the T15.
I wouldn't have given it. I wouldn't have given it to you. You know why you don't go generous? Because I don't allow it. So T11. You had Ricky beating Keegan Bradley at the cut, and that did happen. Keegan Bradley did not have a good tournament.
No.
And since that was our bonus bet, and you said not everybody falls inside T30, Rom, Cantley, and Bryson, because of a withdrawal, net you another 250. You get 1,688 points.
I was like, no, like Patrick Cantley's not going to make the cut.
Not even close.
Not even close. Not only did he make the cut.
No. He won the whole tournament.
He did.
Congratulations to Patrick Cantley. In a playoff, which both events went into a playoff last weekend. Did you want to go ahead and rage on about old Rambo?
Do you want me to?
It's up to you. I think we all feel the same. But
so this is the thing. So I'm in this chat now with a bunch of other mates, and I'm having a really good time being in the chat.
Yeah.
The thing that confused me most about this, and I definitely want your opinion on it, which is number one. I wrote this down somewhere. At 4:05, his test comes back positive. So they don't take another test. They rerun the same blood test, and it comes back positive at 6:05.
Yes.
Now at 6:05, he's on the 18th fairway, and they don't go and get him.
Nope.
Like the thing is like
they
even if
he
you
play,
like at 4:05, even if you took him out then, it doesn't matter. Like it's the same as taking him out 2 hours later.
Which is what adds to my argument. Like
this is like this was a TV thing.
They let him post a score.
Yeah.
That's my issue about the WD and not getting points for it. But this is personal. But they made him withdraw, but they let him post a score. So why post a score if it's not going to be worth anything?
Well, this is the thing that I don't understand. Like, did he sign his scorecard? He went into the tent and he signed his scorecard.
Well, no, they just accepted it. They accepted his final round score.
Well, they can't. Because if he didn't sign a scorecard, that's a DQ.
Ben, that's what I'm talking about. That we ran into this issue last week.
So this is what really drives me nuts. Number one, you then hear that Scotty Scheffler and Patrick Cantley, who have spent 4 hours with him in a decent amount of proximity.
Yep.
Now, the argument that like the people I were talking to were making, which is you're outside, so you're less likely to get it. You're practicing social distancing, which like none of these guys are doing.
No, the rule is
like they're all shaking hands
within 6 feet for accumulated 15 minutes.
Like they get off the 18th
hour period.
John Rahm shakes hands with Patrick Cantley. With Scotty Scheffler. He fist bumps Patrick Cantley and he shakes both of their caddies' hands. And then he walks 10 yards off the green and they tell him he has to withdraw. Like safety wise, you should be going out there and telling
error on the PGA Tours.
You should be telling the caddies like
go out there immediately
and say, do not shake his hand. Do not get in within 2 meters of him. Like, do not. And instead they let this all play out in television. And it's absolutely nuts. The guys who are telling him, yes, they're wearing masks, but they get to they whisper into his ear. Like they're within 2 feet.
They're not right.
No. The next thing that makes me so angry, and this is where the real rage comes in, is you then don't put Patrick Cantley or Scotty Scheffler into the COVID-19 protocol.
Right.
Why? Why aren't you doing that?
Well, that tells me that Scotty Scheffler and Patrick Cantley are vaccinated.
Okay.
So if you're vaccinated, you do not.
I thought Scotty Scheffler was like in the I don't care about COVID, let's just play golf.
Possibly.
Like I don't know if Scotty Scheffler is like a good old fashioned when this all happened, he was like I'm the he was out playing golf with Jordan Spieth and Tony Romo.
Here's the two things that could be correct here. One, they're both vaccinated, or two, the PGA Tour is not handling the exposures correctly.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of two things. They're both vaccinated, or the PGA Tour did a bad job.
So here, I'm just looking this up now. This is thespun.com.
I don't know.
And it says Rahm spent the round 3 with Memorial playing with Patrick Cantlay and Scotty Scheffler. Patrick Cantlay told reporters on Saturday, "I've already had COVID, so yeah, I've got to imagine I have antibodies, so I don't feel too concerned." Scheffler echoed a similar sentiment. He explained that he already dealt with the virus and doesn't want to answer questions about the vaccine. I don't feel very concerned, Scheffler said. I had COVID. I'm not going to say whether or not I got vaccinated.
So the PGA Tour mismanaged this.
Entirely.
Yep.
Entirely. Not only that, like, if you don't care to put these guys in the protocol, this is where I'm really going to rage on. And everybody feels so good about everybody being outside, and there's enough social distancing, and everybody's got 2 meters, and nobody's touching each other, and nobody's kissing on the lips, and nobody's signing autographs, and nobody's doing any of this crap. Why make Rahm withdraw?
Right.
He's got a 6-shot lead.
Look, listening to the Tony Kornheiser podcast.
I'm now that I'm feeling better after last year's bout of depression, I've started getting back into that. I've now just finished the November Masters, so I'm way behind you.
Well, spoiler alert. He says, send him out first alone and let him post a score.
I'd say send him out last alone and let him post a score.
Just post a score.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Send him. Like, the thing is like, if both of those guys felt fine, like, you send him out with Scotty Scheffler or Patrick Cantlay.
You can do the thing.
That they're not worried about it.
If they're saying it doesn't matter, then go for it. Unless you're going to pair him up again. Unless you're not going to pair him up again. I
think it's insanity that you make him withdraw because he's got a positive test, but then you refuse to test anybody else.
You changed the entire out. John Rahm was going to win the Memorial.
Yeah.
John Rahm. We said this about.
He was going to walk it in.
What was it? Sung J M at the Players?
Yeah.
After 2 rounds?
1 round.
After 1 round?
Yeah.
He was the leader. He wins.
He was the leader. He's the winner. Yeah.
Nobody came close. John Rahm would have had to have shot a 1 under or a 1 over. Maybe he would have. But he was going to walk that tournament in. Nobody was going to come after him. The whole tournament changed when he was pulled off.
Yeah.
So.
And it's insanity. Like, to let him play for 2 hours.
Yep.
Number one, if it takes 2 hours to test it, it means that he took his positive test before his round started.
Yep.
So, right? So, like, the thing is, if you take your positive test, you find out 2 hours later, you take them off at the turn.
You take them off. Their job is to run out there in a golf cart, say, you're coming with us, your round's over.
Put a poncho over him with, with a mask.
Well, either way, I mean, they mismanaged this.
And then they walk him through the crowds and they walk him into the building.
Yeah.
Which they said he wasn't going, which he wasn't going to be in.
Yep.
But they walk him into it.
It's wild.
And if he didn't sign a scorecard, if they just did it off of the stroke, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, if they did it off of the TV score, that's a DQ.
But it wasn't. Because he withdrew after 3 official rounds.
So he went inside and signed his scorecard in the scorers tent.
Probably. He probably went in and signed his scorecard.
I don't think he did. I think he just probably went home.
I don't know. He was escorted off, so who knows?
Yeah.
All right. You want to get in this the U.S. Women's Open?
Sure. Yeah, go for it.
All right. The 76th edition of the U.S. Women's Open presented by the United States Golf Association. I tore you up, Ben. I really did. I tore you to pieces on this one. I had Arya Chutanagarn, Lydia Ko, and NB Park going T7, T35, and T7. I had Paula Creamer finishing in the top 20. She missed the cut.
The cut, yeah.
But I did have Jessica Korda beating Nelly Korda, which we both agreed was a good prop bet. She got me 250 bonus points. I finished with 1,670 points. You had Brooke Henderson. Yeah. Brooke Henderson.
Well, we don't count these points, so it's okay.
Well, I do. They're in our log.
Just kidding.
You had Brooke Henderson, who finishes top 10 at T7. You had Nelly Korda, who missed the cut. And that's why Jessica Korda wins. And you had Mel Reed, T46.
Who was winning on day one.
She was winning on day one. You had Austin Ernst to finish T20. She finishes T57. And
so close.
Yeah, so close. And Christy Kerr to finish in the top 20, but she got cut.
She got cut, yeah.
Finished with 775 points.
I finished with 75 points?
775.
Oh, okay.
Your winner is Yuka Sasso. She finishes 1 under in a playoff against Nasa Hatoka, I think is.
Yeah.
Or Hatauka, I don't know. But yeah, they go 1 playoff hole and close it out. Very nice at 4 under par. Big.
Yeah, Hatauka. Yeah.
Big Friday round, 4 under par at the U.S. Women's Open. Big day. And Lexi Thompson, like you said, finishes solo 3rd, just ahead of Shen Shen Fang.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolute
great. It was not bad.
No, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. Lexi Thompson, again, could have won it, but gave it away. So that's it for the U.S. Women's Open and the Memorial Tournament. You are currently ahead by, because you took some of my points away, 1,700 points.
Okay. I'm okay with that then if I took away your 1,000 points.
I'll catch up.
Mm-hmm. All right. That's the Memorial. How was my rage? Was my rage okay?
Your rage is in under control and spicy.
Good.
I like it.
What are we doing now?
Let's go to the Palmetto Championship and just talk about that.
Should we skip the read?
That's up to you.
No, let's do the read. We've got to do the read.
All right, do the read.
It's time for us to put down our bag and hear from our sponsors.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Just in case you hadn't heard, Lexi Thompson did not win the LPGA, and John Rahm got
withdrawal DQ'd.
You got withdrawal DQ'd from the Memorial, from Jack's place.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think Jack would have said?
He said it was a shame.
Yeah. How would you have responded to Jack?
I don't know.
I would have said, let them play. Let the boys play.
Let the kids play.
And then you know how Jack would have heard you?
Huh?
With his hearing aid.
Oh.
If he has one. Because he's not endorsing this product at all.
He's also not a young man.
No.
So he might need one.
But
do you have a good place for him to buy one?
Yeah, I do. It's the Beltone Hearing Aid Center of the Jersey Shore.
What?
When he's traveling between New York City and Ohio, it's a quick 45-minute detour to get to the Jersey Shore Beltone Hearing Aid Centers of New Jersey.
Nice.
You can check them out at 732-493-0900 or beltonejerseyshore.com. So make sure you reach out to him. Use the code.
Use the code, people.
Use the code. It is golf. You'll get a free hearing test and a free packet of batteries for your watch if you don't actually need a hearing aid.
Yeah, that is actually true.
So again, that's 732-493-0900 or
732-888-9000.
Yeah, that is exactly right.
That's the
Or
only one I know off the top of my head.
that's the one for the northern offices. So if you are if you are close to New York, that's fine. And then the website is BeltoneJerseyShore.com. So check them out.
I love it.
Use the code.
Golf.
And now to your hosts, Ben Ridner and Gunnar Kane.
Wow, what a great read.
That was really good. Your Palmetto Championship at Congaree in South Carolina. We've learned that the palmetto is a palm tree.
Yes, it's like it's a fan leaf palm thing.
Yeah. Covered in pimento cheese.
Yeah.
I think it's the exact definition of that. It's great. It looks good. It looks colorful. You can see the 15th hole behind me. Very green, very sandy.
I really like this golf course.
It is a very cool setup.
Yes.
It's a very cool setup, and it's also a precision players course.
There's no rough.
No, but there is a lot of bunkers.
Yeah. And there's a lot of waste area.
Yeah. You better find the grass, because if you don't, you ain't finding grass.
Yes. That is very true.
That's very true.
I was looking at it on a map and I was just sort of like, oh, like you better hit these greens, because you're like, it's a lot like those waste areas.
Yes.
The course was designed to look a lot like links courses or lowland heath. Not links courses, lowland heath courses in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
And they do a good job of that. It's one of those courses where I'm sort of looking at it and I'm like, where do the fans go?
Nowhere. Not
no
allowed.
Fans?
Not allowed. No, they're there.
Yeah.
It's like an old golf tournament where the fans just follow on the fairways.
Yeah, they just sort of follow. Yeah, I'm with you on that. That's awesome. They should definitely do that. We've had the first 2 days already, so let's not pretend like we haven't. Dustin Johnson shoots a 65.
Yep.
Under.
65 under. Yep.
65. Shoots a 65, 6 under?
600, yes.
Yeah. So he was in the lead. He is now tied second.
Yes, with my boy.
With Doc Redman.
Yeah.
Chesson Hadley.
Chesson Hadley with the finger snaps.
Winner of the Bermuda other tournament to a WGC, who's still on tour. He is in the lead at 11 under.
Yes.
But he's finished his second round, so he's winning by 3 at the moment. Yeah. You want to go through our picks?
Yeah, our picks are, I have Dustin Johnson.
Who's that?
He's just some guy. He's pretty tall.
Yeah. He likes sandwich. I've heard he likes sandwiches.
Yeah. That's how we met at a sandwich shop. I met him once at a Quiznos, as a matter of fact.
All right.
That's not true.
They got a pepper bar
with those weird chinchillas.
Yeah, anyway. That's what he says.
He was one of the chinchillas.
My favorite commercial of all time.
He was.
We got a pepper bar,
and they were real shaky. I liked it too.
Quiznos.
Matt Fitzpatrick, who's doing okay, and Sung J M, who is not doing okay.
No,
that's okay. I went for it. You got to shoot your shot, Ben. You got to pull the trigger.
I did. I went with. I was gonna go with Matty Fitzpatrick first, but I decided to go with Brooksy Koepka.
Brooksy Koepka.
I figured after he helped people drink 50 cases of Michelob Ultra, he'd be ready for the course.
Oh yes,
I was wrong. I think he's missing the cut.
Probably. But nobody's out there yelling Bryson. That's for sure.
Yeah, my next pick was going to be Matty Fitz, but you took him.
Yeah, I did.
So I took Terrell Hatton.
Yes, who's playing okay.
Yeah, and then my third pick was going to be Sung J M, but you took him.
Yes, I did.
So I took Ian Poulter, who's been playing really well lately.
Yeah, and I wasn't going to touch Ian Poulter.
No.
So we already know.
No. But so I enjoyed that. And then, my long shot was
Cole Hammer to make the cut.
Yes, which is not happening.
Not even a little bit.
Because he is at, I know he's playing in the USGA championship next week. So he got an exemption to play in this. And he shot 6 over. So he is at 10 over for the tournaments.
And the cut's at even. So
tied 141st out of 149.
Yeah. So not
Smiley
great,
Kaufman at plus 21.
Yeah, perfect.
Smiley Kaufman went plus 14 today.
Man of the people.
What?
Man of the people. Not a great ball striker, Smiley Kaufman.
Triple bogey on 2.
That'll do it.
Double bogey on 8.
That adds to it.
Double bogey on 11, 12, and 16.
Not great. Playing like one of us.
Yeah. Plus 14 on the round.
My long shot was
plus
Peter
7 yesterday.
Yeah. My long shot was Peter Uihlein, heir apparent to Titleist.
Yes.
But to finish T20, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't really, it's not gonna be good. Yeah. And my prop was somebody outside the OWGR top 50.
Which right now the top 2 are. Doc Redman and Chesson Hadley definitely are out of the top 50.
Chesson Hadley is 320th, I believe. So
he's not going to be on. He's not going to be on the Ryder Cup team. Is that what you're saying?
Not going to be on the Ryder Cup team. So looking pretty good.
Yeah.
And your prop bet, what was yours?
I think it was non-American wins.
A non-American to win, but I think Chesson Hadley and Doc Redman are both Americans.
I was going to say the first non-American is Eric Van Rooyen at T4th.
So you got a chance.
Yeah.
You have a chance. Right now you're winning because scores have not all come in.
I would say out of the top 12 players, so that's tied 8th and ties. 3 of them are not American, which means that I have a 25% chance at the moment of that happening.
I don't know if that's how math works, but possibly.
Science.
Maths. Science and maths.
Yes. So
Doc Redman with the solo second.
I want to go play this course.
Oh yeah, me too.
I would leave my driver in the car.
Yes.
Either that or I would bring out 24 golf balls.
Irons and hybrids. That's all it's going to take here.
Yeah. So those are our picks. We've been doing the show long enough today. Yeah. What are you doing anything for golf?
Gavin has his drive, chip, and putt next Wednesday and his first tournament the next day. So that's what we're doing.
That's awesome.
Just getting ready for the season.
Yeah, I'm gonna go play Bovey Castle tomorrow with Lawrence. And then I'm like I said, I've got another 2 weeks. Let's just say, excuse me. The beginning of July is when the Swingdom goes scratch.
Swingdom goes scratch. I'll do my best, but I don't have any promises.
You don't have to promise. This is a if one of us goes scratch, it counts for both of us.
Perfect.
All right.
I love it. Yeah, so that's it. That's the Palmetto Championship. Next week we're going to preview the US Open. So I'm
on time.
excited.
You think we'll do it on time?
We'll do it on time. We will do it on time.
All right. Tell the listeners where they can find us.
You can find us at the Swingdom of Golf at gmail.com. You can find us at Instagram, Twitter, the Facebook, I almost said the Hulu just for fun. Twitch. And you can download our podcast anywhere that podcasts can be downloaded. But it really helps out if you go and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. 5 stars preferably. And if you've got something mean to say, at least put 5 stars with it. It really helps us
if it doesn't have 5 stars, we're not going to read it.
Yeah, it really helps out in the algorithm. We appreciate you all so much. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel where you can catch all of our podcasts in their video format, as well as a ton of other fun videos that we've put up over the past year and few months.
Yeah.
So
if you want to, Do that. If you want to see everything that's going on, first stop is always the website, theswingdompodcast.com.
That's right. Swingdompodcast.com, where you can also pick up your very own Swingdom merch.
Yeah.
High quality
swag.
stuff
Swingdom swag.
at the Swagdom.
Yeah. All right. We'll catch you guys next week.
All right. Swingdom out.
Swingdom out.
You've been listening to The Swingdom. Remember, we're just two guys, 28 clubs, 0 putts given.
This whole no camera thing really threw me today.
It's really thrown me off because usually I'm the one that doesn't keep the camera on all the time.
Yeah. It will be fixed. I will have it fixed by next week for sure.
All righty.